In this video, I'm going to talk about the best way to grow your Instagram page fast, get your followers to engage with your page more. This is something that nobody talks about. You're not going to want to miss this. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Chuki here, back with a banger. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a secret pro tip that will help your page do so much better. This will fix your engagement drop. This will do so many great things for your page if you can master this pro tip. What I'm going to talk about in this video is stories. This is something where a lot of great things can happen. The power of stories, I think, is very undervalued. People think about it, they talk about it, but I don't think they truly realize the potential of stories. Recently, on one of my pages that had over 20,000 followers, my engagement was just not where I wanted it to be, and I never really posted stories. I just didn't have the time. I didn't really care about it. I was like, I didn't really think stories did anything, until I started being a little more active on my stories and I posted useful content. So that does not mean just reposting your post. So say you make a post and you just share it to your story. Okay, you're gonna get 700 to 1,000 views, and then people are going to get tired of that and they're going to stop viewing your story. It's not going to be the first stories that shows up on their home feed. It's going to be one of the last ones because people don't really care about that. Maybe they haven't seen that post. They're not one of your normal engaged followers, and maybe they'll click on it, maybe they'll like it, but not really going to appreciate that. They want to see value in your stories. The more value you can provide on your stories, the more interactions you can get from that story. That's actually going to help your post engagement do better. You're going to get more reach from it, and that's all just from the power of tapping into your followers and your stories. How this is going to work, though you may want to look cool and not have your story be out to reply to, you're going to actually want to have that where people can reply to your story. This is simply because Instagram sees that when people are swiping up and they're typing something on there and they reply to your story, that counts as an interaction with your story. That's a huge plus for you. So you're not going to really respond to some of these DMs. Maybe you will to some of them, and actually you can use this to make some sales too if you do this in a specific way where you ask for something. Maybe you do a little poll like, would you be interested in this? And then those who say yes, you can DM them. That's actually something else. But maybe you might say swipe up if you're interested in something, and then they could say something to you and you can reply to those DMs, give their opinions. And when they see that little thing reply to your account, they like to give their opinion on something. If it's a valuable piece of content, something controversial, something that's not on your normal profile, in your story, something even personal, you can expand to personal things that are going on. Don't get too personal. It's a theme page, but you're gonna get replies and you're gonna actually get more and more story views. Story views, I'm gonna admit this right here, my story views were around 1,000. I just mentioned that a little bit before, but now they have skyrocketed to around 4,000 to 5,000 story views. I have about 25,000 followers right now on this one account. Well, maybe that's not the greatest, but compared to the results I had before, that's fantastic. My likes before was actually just around the same range. It was around 700 likes. Now my engagement rate has gotten boosted. It's gotten catapulted at least 2,000 likes per post. Some of the posts don't do nearly as well because they're not as good of posts, but posts are going to go off, they do go off and they get thousands of likes, which is exactly what I was looking for. So with the stories, you got to be active, do polls, do little things where you can swipe and rate things. And if you post a reel on your theme page, post it on your story. This is something I just started to do, and you can put that in a highlight, and that actually gives you a high quality highlight. Those little story highlights below your profile, that gives you a high quality one, because you put that little ratey thing on it, people will interact with that, and that story will do a little bit better. And I've seen even studies that have shown when people make a post story, they have good stories going on like a day before, that post will actually do better than if they did not have a story. And this just shows people on Instagram, when they're, when they think about following you, they see you're active on your story and you're constantly updating people. This lets them know you're active, you're engaged, and then that kind of lets them know, like, hey, kind of gives them a good vibe, and they might just follow you just because of that. The general rule for theme pages is like 3 posts a day and 4 to 5 stories. So if you can do anywhere around that, that is a huge plus. And this is something I personally do not always do because I don't always have the time. So when you have these theme pages and you run a lot of them, it's hard to be active on every single page in the stories, posting, content. Maybe you're reposting content. For me, I have a baseball page, so I might repost content from like the MLB, like a crazy play. I might just share something on my story and make a comment about it. I might just kind of keep people updated on the news, stuff like that. for that niche that I have a page in, and you know, they might appreciate that. Something else I've noticed is if you just type something on a black screen, so you just take a photo, you know, with your camera down, and you type something, you give your opinion about, I don't know, who knows what, that actually seems to do pretty well, because I know sometimes you can get a preview of the story when you're scrolling through your home feed. Sometimes stories will show up there, it'll kind of get a little preview, and I noticed that sometimes stories actually do better when they're like that. People seem to like that when you just, you know, when you just type and you just give your opinion about something and in the normal font that Instagram gives you, those posts seem to do pretty well. And of course, even better when people reply to you and give you, you know, their opinions on whatever the heck you said. So doing polls, doing quizzes, doing, you know, those rating things, all that stuff is really good. It drives engagement to your stories and lets Instagram know you have active followers, and more of those followers are going to start to see your posts in their feed because they interacted with your story. And that's the main reason why when you get really good story views, you're going to get really good reach from your followers. You're going to reach more of your followers sooner. You're going to have more of that loyal core that Instagram will show your followers to, you know, so that way you can get an explore page. You know, once that initial core likes it, it shows it to the, you know, people who, you know, are kind of 50-50 on the fence on your post. If they like it and it goes to, you know, your other followers, they like it, then you hit the explore page. So this is a huge key to take advantage of your follower count, because you might have 50,000 followers, but, you know, and maybe you even get on the explore page, but you're not getting a lot of impressions from your home page. Well, this is a great way to get more impressions from your home page. You gotta be active in the stories. You gotta provide value in the stories. And I personally think because when you have over 10,000 followers, you can do the swipe up link. It's a great way to make sales. It makes it very easy. When you have engaging stories, you get a lot of direct impressions on that story. As long as you design that story pretty well for that ad that, you know, or whatever you're saying to try to get traffic, you know, on that link, I think you're going to get a decent conversion rate of people swiping up. Now, of course, like I said, it doesn't need to be good content for that ad, but I think that can lead to maybe a few more sales too. If you are active in the stories, you're getting more story views, your posts are doing better, everything just flows better. This is a secret hack that I don't see many people talking about on Instagram. I really don't. It's something I'm trying to take advantage of more and more every day. Like I said, it's really hard for me though when I run a lot of pages and I run YouTube and I do this and I do that. I got a lot of stuff going on, so it can be hard to do, but you're really looking to increase your reach and take advantage of the followers you already have, get more home impressions. This is a extremely great option for you, great way to increase your engagement and grow faster on Instagram in 2021. So hopefully this video did give you guys some value. If you want to see more of my Instagram videos, I have a ton of videos on the channel. Some of my older videos, keep in mind the quality is not the greatest, about 720p. The camera sucks. I've just recently upgraded to a new phone that I'm still, you know, I'm taking this video on, and then I also have some lights in the background. Everything's just much better. The audio is better. I recently tweaked some settings in Final Cut Pro. Everything is just much better now. So some of those old videos, although the quality isn't as good, the information is just as good. So make sure you check those videos out. And if you want to stay tuned for future videos, I'm going to be putting out tons of great challenge videos I'm going to be attempting to do a lot of crazy stuff this summer, trying to make money online and trying a lot of side hustles. We're going to see how this goes over the summer, so stay tuned for that. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.